Hello, hello. I am Coach Cori Sartori. I empower high-achieving women to shift their mindset to grow their self-belief, confidence, and business for a more fulfilling life. I am excited to be coming live to you today to share with you how to stop making excuses. And I think this is such a valuable thing. I think so many of us make excuses constantly and we're not even aware of it because it's just become a pattern. And recently I've heard a lot of excuses, whether it's from family members or friends or people in my community or people even on social media. There's a lot of excuses out there, a lot of excuses as to why their life is the way it is, excuses for why they are the way they are. And excuses keep you stuck. They keep you from moving forward in your life and achieving goals. And excuses are just really, at the end of the day, gross and not necessary. I know this because I used to be that person that made excuses for everything. I was always late at my job. Over a decade ago, I was like late. I was constantly late. And I always had an excuse, even though it was really like I was just stopping to get my coffee and that just made me, 5 minutes late. But I always had an excuse for it, and it didn't serve me. It didn't move me forward in my life, and it was gross. I had excuses for my relationship. I had excuses for why I was a bad friend. I had excuses for why I wasn't going to the gym, why I wasn't working out, why I wasn't taking care of myself. I had excuses for everything, and those excuses kept me stuck. They felt gross, and at the end of the day, I was lying. I was a big fat liar because those excuses were a bunch of BS. It was just, I was so worried about what other people would think of me that I made an excuse instead of making any changes in my life. And that just isn't somebody I wanted to be. That's not where I wanted to stay. And so I'm so grateful that I found self-development so many years ago, because that was one of the first things that I learned was I had to stop making excuses and I need to start taking full responsibility for my life. And so if you're somebody that is making excuses, maybe you're not even aware of it. And I think it's really valuable to start digging in. If your life isn't the way that you want it to be, then maybe start to dig in and see if you're somebody that is making excuses. Because if you are, you'll never move forward in life. I hear women that give me excuses for why they stay in a toxic relationship. I did the same thing. I had excuses for that. And I don't think they even realize that they have a choice in the matter. They can choose to leave the relationship, but it's so easy to stay there because it's comfortable. And so they just make excuses of why they're there. And so that just doesn't add value to anyone's life. And so let's first dive in. What are excuses? So excuses are rationalizations we make to ourselves about people, events, and circumstances. They are invented reasons we create to defend our behavior, to postpone taking action, or simply as a means of neglecting responsibility. So excuses are not awesome. Excuses are mainly a means of placing the blame of an internal problem on an external condition. So living a life of excuses really has lasting consequences. Not only will your excuses prevent you from reaching your full potential, but they'll hold you back from recognizing your opportunities, strengths, and skills that you might have that can help you overcome life's problems. So excuses really keep you stuck. They do not help you move forward. So really one of the best ways to get out of this is to start taking responsibility for your life, your choices, your actions. Stop making excuses. And I know for me, I hear excuses all the time. When I do a lot of coaching consultations with people, even through messages with people, I hear excuses. Well, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough energy. And they're all just excuses to keep these people stuck. They don't want to get out of their comfort zone, right? Like they may say, oh, I want to have a better life. I want to have a better business. I want to have a better relationship, but they're not willing to put in the work to do it. And so they just keep giving excuses, and excuses will keep you stuck in your life. They will keep you from living a magical life. They will keep you from having the true joy and happiness that you deserve. And so think about, if you are somebody that is making excuses, how is it affecting your life? So I'm going to give you some actions today. I'm going to give you 3 actions to help you hopefully move past your excuses, or help maybe they'll help you just even build awareness around it. Because I think sometimes we're people that make excuses, but we're not aware of it. We don't know that that's where we're living. It's been something we do for so long that that's what we do. and we're not aware that it's just an excuse, and it just doesn't serve any of us. And we are social beings, right? We want to connect with other people. And so we make excuses because we're so worried about what other people think of us. And so excuses are just a way for us to feel better about ourselves, I guess. And it just doesn't add any value. And so I'm going to give you 3 actions today to hopefully help you build awareness around your excuses so you can start working on them and letting them go. Because I know for me, when I finally let go of my excuses, oh my gosh, my whole entire world just transformed. So the first action that I want to offer you is build awareness around your excuses and stop them before you say it. So taking personal responsibility is powerful. It's difficult, but it's powerful. And when you start to own your mistakes and your actions, you'll feel empowered. So if you aren't even maybe aware that you're somebody that makes excuses, this is a great opportunity to do some journaling or have a conversation with somebody in your life that you trust and you love and you care about, and ask them, like, am I somebody that makes excuses? Am I somebody that has a reason for everything, right? We'll have a reason for why I didn't do this or why I didn't do this, right? Why, even like a reason why you didn't clean your room, right? We have an excuse for it. And it's just like a bunch of BS that's just stopping you from living to your full potential. And so build awareness around it. And so you can journal around it. Maybe, if you're not living a life that you really want, dig into where are you making excuses in your life. I hear all the time, I don't have enough time. I don't have enough money. I don't have enough energy. I don't have enough this. I don't have enough that. Well, you get to, the choices you make create your life. And if you're making the choice to make excuses all the time, you're just keeping yourself stuck. So I know that some of us aren't aware of our excuses, but you really need to focus on building awareness around it because it'll help you move forward in your life. The next action I want to offer you is become a problem solver. And so think about the excuses that you make often and then come up with solutions for each one of them. So if you are somebody that is, I'm always late because of traffic, well, what's the solution to that? Like, leave 15 minutes earlier or plan for everything. For me, I plan for everything. I used to be somebody that was constantly late all of the time. I always had an excuse or reason why, which really I was just getting coffee. And it made me stuck for a long time. I remember about 10 years ago, maybe 9 years ago, I had started a new job with a new company and we were opening a brand new store. And I had a contractor that I was meeting with, but I was on a break and I needed to go get coffee, right? And that was my jam. And so I had a time I was supposed to meet this contractor, and it was that time, and the contractor was there, and I saw that they were there, but I decided I needed to get a coffee before I came back from my break. And so I went and got a coffee, which made me about 5 minutes late. And I had my meeting with my contractor, and then another peer that I was working with came up to me, and she had a conversation with me about integrity and about, if I say I'm going to do something, I need to do it. And I was like, oh, well, I had time. She's like, you didn't have time. You were late. Stop making excuses. And that conversation resonated with me. Since that conversation, I have not been late. And that was 9 years ago. I am always on time. I'm always early because somebody held me accountable to my excuses, to my BS, and told me to start taking personal responsibility for my life. And when I did, oh my gosh, my whole world opened up. And really, to problem solve those situations of always being late, it was like, leave earlier, plan, like be more planful of what you want. If you want coffee, then make it at home or leave 10 minutes earlier so you have time to get it. So becoming a problem solver can really, really help you to start letting go of your excuses. And, it's great when you have people in your life that are going to hold you accountable to stuff as well. Like, that's amazing. The last thing that I want to share with you, an action that you can take to help you let go of your excuses, is choose to take full responsibility for everything in your life. Take full responsibility for your actions. Take full responsibility for your mistakes. When you take full responsibility for your life, it is so powerful. Your whole world opens up. I mean, I work with women who will start working with me, and the first call in, it's excuses, excuses, excuses. There's no personal responsibility for anything in their life. And those clients are not for me. We don't end up working together for very much longer after that, because if you want to live a magical life, if you want to live a life you love, if you want to live a life with intention, you need to start owning everything in your life. You need to take full full responsibility for your actions, for your relationships, for your mistakes, for everything. Your life is the way it is because of you, not because of anybody else. And it's so easy to blame other people and be the victim, but I promise you, you live in choice and you can choose to leave situations. You can choose to move through situations. Your life is the way it is because of you. And if you want to stay stuck, you're making excuses, right? If you have an excuse, you will not move forward in your life. You will stay in that shitty relationship. You will stay unhappy. You will stay in that job you hate. You need to stop making excuses and take full responsibility for your life. Do it. And when you do it, you build confidence because you stop being a liar. You stop lying. And that's so freaking powerful. So if you're someone that is constantly making excuses, I challenge you to take time to journal about how it makes you feel. I challenge you to have hard conversations with people in your life. I challenge you to stop making excuses and take full ownership of your life and your choices. Take full responsibility because it is absolutely incredible. For me, once I started taking ownership and full responsibility for my life, I started living with integrity, and integrity now is one of my core values. And it's something that I use daily. Integrity is such a big thing in my life. And it's because I chose to take full responsibility for who I was and my actions, and I stopped making excuses. So I challenge you to stop with the excuses, start taking full responsibility so you can start living a life that you love. I have 4 spots open for my one-on-one coaching program this month, and I would love to support you in letting go of your excuses. I would love to help you in building your self-belief, your confidence. I would love to support you in letting go of your limiting beliefs and creating a plan that will really help you get from where you are to where you want to be. So I have 4 spots open this month for my one-on-one coaching program, and I will tell you, it is absolutely incredible. It will absolutely transform your life. So thank you so much for being here. Thank you for being you, and I look forward to connecting soon.